Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're practicing word chunks. Chunks are groups of words that go together naturally. Learning chunks is faster than learning separate words. Native speakers use chunks automatically. Let's practice many useful chunks today. Listen first, then repeat. Let's begin. Time expressions. First thing in the morning. In the middle of the night. At the end of the day. From time to time. Once in a blue moon. Sooner or later. For the time being. In the nick of time. At the crack of dawn. Around the clock. Day in, day out. In the long run. Frequency chunks. Every now and then. More often than not. 9 times out of 10. On a regular basis. As a rule of thumb. By and large. For the most part. On the whole. All things considered. At any rate. Opinion chunks. In my opinion. As far as I'm concerned. To my way of thinking. From my point of view. If you ask me. The way I see it. It seems to me that. I tend to think that. I'm inclined to believe. I have a feeling that. I wouldn't say that. To be honest with you. Agreement chunks. I couldn't agree more. That's exactly what I think. You've got a point there. I see what you mean. That makes perfect sense. I'm with you on that. You're absolutely right. I feel the same way. Fair enough. I suppose so. Disagreement chunks. I beg to differ. I'm afraid I disagree. That's not quite right. I see it differently. With all due respect. I take your point, but on the contrary. Not necessarily. I'm not so sure about that. That's debatable. Cause and effect chunks. As a result of. Due to the fact that. For this reason. That's why. It follows that. This means that. Consequently. As a consequence. On account of. Thanks to. Owing to. Given that. Probability chunks. In all likelihood. The chances are that. It's highly likely that. There's a good chance. It's bound to happen. It goes without saying. 9 out of 10 times. As luck would have it. against all odds, by any chance, emphasis chunks, to tell you the truth, as a matter of fact. The fact of the matter is, to put it bluntly, to cut a long story short, in a nutshell, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, the bottom line is, make no mistake about it, needless to say, it goes without saying, comparison chunks, in comparison with, as opposed to, on the one hand, on the other hand, by the same token, in the same vein, along the same lines, much the same as, in much the same way. Similarly, contrast chunks, on the flip side. Having said that, then again, at the same time, nevertheless, nonetheless, even so, be that as it may, all the same, in spite of that, despite the fact that, regardless of, decision chunks, I've made up my mind. I'm torn between, I can't make up my mind. I'm having second thoughts. On second thoughts, it's a tough call. I'm leaning towards, I'm weighing my options. Take it or leave it. Sleep on it. Problem-solving chunks. Let's face it. The thing is, here's the deal. Let's get to the bottom of this. We need to figure out. It's worth a shot. Give it a try. Trial and error. Hit or miss. Back to square one. Start from scratch. Change of pace chunks. By the way, speaking of which, that reminds me. On a different note, while we're on the subject, come to think of it, now that you mention it, as I was saying, where was I? Getting back to certainty chunks, without a doubt, beyond any doubt. There's no question about it. I'm absolutely certain. I'm 100% sure. Take my word for it. Mark my words. Rest assured. You can count on it. Bet your bottom dollar. Uncertainty chunks. I'm not entirely sure. I could be wrong, but if I remember correctly, if memory serves, unless I'm mistaken, to the best of my knowledge, as far as I know, Your guess is as good as mine. It's hard to say. I haven't the faintest idea. Suggestion chunks. Why don't we? How about... What if we... Have you considered? It might be worth. You might want to. If I were you, you'd be better off. I'd suggest that. I'd recommend. Preference chunks. I'd rather. I'd prefer to. I'd sooner. Given the choice. If it's all the same to you, it doesn't matter to me. I don't mind either way. It's up to you. Whatever you prefer. Suit yourself. Possibility chunks. It's out of the question. It's not an option. There's no way. Fat chance. Not a chance. It's within the realm of possibility. Anything's possible. You never know. Stranger things have happened. It could go either way. Progress chunks. Step by step. Little by little. Bit by bit. One thing at a time. Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes time. Slowly but surely. Making headway. Getting somewhere. On the right track. Difficulty chunks. It's easier said than done. It's no walk in the park. It's not as easy as it looks. It's quite a challenge. It's an uphill battle. Up against it. Between a rock and a hard place. In over my head. Out of my depth. Biting off more than I can chew. Success chunks. Pulled it off. Nailed it. Hit the jackpot. Struck gold. On cloud 9. Over the moon. On top of the world. Living the dream. Made my day. Couldn't be happier. Failure chunks. Didn't work out. Fell through. Went downhill. Hit a snag. Ran into trouble. Back to the drawing board. Missed the boat. Blew my chance. Down in the dumps. At my wit's end. Understanding chunks. I get it. I see where you're coming from. That makes sense now. It's clear to me. I follow you. I'm with you so far. Now I understand. The pennies dropped. It clicked. It all makes sense now. Confusion chunks. I'm lost. I don't follow. You've lost me. I'm confused. It doesn't make sense. I'm not sure I understand. Could you clarify? What do you mean by that? I am not quite with you. It's beyond me. Conversation management. Let me finish. Hear me out. Let me get this straight. Let me put it this way. What I'm trying to say is, in other words, to put it another way. Long story short, the point is, basically, excellent work today. You've practiced hundreds of useful chunks. Chunks help you speak more naturally and fluently. Keep practicing these chunks every day. See you next time. Goodbye.
Pronounce faster.